Hello there, world. This is OldFarmerOne, and I'm here with a tutorial video on Valheim. This is going to be the basics on how to start the game, so here we go. So when you get the game, you'll come up to this screen. You won't have a character with shiny armor. I've played a lot, but go ahead and hit the Start Game button, and you'll go in here and hit the New Character button. So you can select all sorts of different things to make your Viking look different, and mostly just pick what you like to look at. So I'm gonna go with the neon, and you know what? I'm gonna go bald this time because most of the time you're wearing a helmet anyway, and we'll just go for that impressive looking beard. And we'll make it nice and blonde. So then you enter a character name, choose whatever you want. I'm going to choose Farmer, because I'm OldFarmerOne, and I already have a character named One. So then you hit the Done key, or the Done button, and you have your character. Hit the Start button down here. And you won't have all these saves here, or these worlds, if this is your first time. So just go ahead and select New. Name it anything you want at the top. You have to have at least 5 letters, and we're going to name this The Farm. And down here in the seed section, you can either use a random one, which is generated by the game, and it will automatically be there, or you can type in anything you want. There are several different seeds on the internet that you can find that are good start seeds. But if you'd like to experience the game the way that the developers intended, just use a random one. And that's what we're going to do today. So once you've got your seed and the name of it, hit Done. You've got your character. Click on your seed and hit Start. This will be for single player. For multiplayer, it's a little bit different. But for these purposes, we're going to just do single player. So we'll hit the Start, and it'll go through the opening sequence, which I'm going to fast forward through for time's sake. You'll get to see that when you're actually playing the game. So here we are. We've been dropped off by a Valkyrie after Odin has selected us to help in Valheim. The first thing you want to do is start walking around gathering things. We've got our friend Hugin here. He's going to pop up from time to time to give you tutorial advice. We're going to skip that as I will be explaining things. So just take a quick look around. What we have here with Hugin on top of it here is a stone with the red ruins on it. If you hit E, it will mark on a map the location of the first boss, which you're not ready for, but you will eventually need to go there. So hit M to get back out of that, or escape. And then for the very beginning of the game, if you hit escape, go to settings, graphics, and turn down your vegetation quality, you'll be able to find the things that you need right away a lot quicker. So we see stones and we see sticks, and we want to pick them up. And as you see, as you're picking things up, you're gaining crafting recipes. Every time you pick up a new thing, if there's something you can make out of it, you'll learn the crafting recipe. Over here we have some berry bushes. You want to find food as quickly as you can, and as soon as you do, hit the tab button and right click on it. So we found some raspberries, and by eating that we get our health up and our stamina. So we'll just get Hugin gone, and then we will start walking around and seeing what we can see. Remember to gather what you can, and you want sticks and stones as quick as you can so you can build your very first weapon. You can also do things like punch trees to get more wood. I find it's usually easier to pick up the stuff off the ground, as long as it's there. So the three things you want to create are the stone axe, the club, and the hammer, and I like to do it in that order. Because the axe can be used as a weapon and to gather supplies. So to equip it, you just hit the number that you see at the top of the screen with the axe. It should automatically be put in one of your slots. And you just left click to switch. So we're just going to gather up some wood and stone while wandering around. If you see enemies in this area, you should be able to take one or two of them at a time. If you run into trouble, use the torch. You can go like that, and most of the creatures in this area will no longer attack you. But they do have a limited time, so don't keep it out all the time. Oh, you can see off in the distance there are a couple of mushrooms, and that's another food source. And we're going to want as much food as we can get at the beginning. So if you see those, pick them up, start eating them. Now, you want to gather and start doing a little bit of exploring right around the area of your spawn point. You're looking for a building, hopefully by the shore, but any building will do. You need to find somewhere for a first base. So we've come across a little building here. I'm going to go inside and see if there's anything interesting. You want to explore anything like this that you find. There can be treasure chests and beehives inside, so let's see what's in here. It's pretty much empty. So we'll just keep on going along. And these little rocks near the shore are flint. You want to pick up as many of those as you can too, which is why I recommend running along the shore. One thing to watch out for at the beginning of the game is if you encounter water and you'd like to go across it, you'll have to swim. If you don't have enough stamina, you'll drown. So if you're going to, make sure that you pick a spot that's not too wide. And I think we can make this because we've got a couple of foods. So I'm going to run on out and swim across. Another thing you'll notice when you play this game is as you do things, your skill in that thing goes up. So if you want to be better at something, do it. There, we just made it. So you'll also notice the wet debuff at the top. That lowers your stamina regeneration. So only go into the water when you need to. As you're wandering the shoreline, you'll find little structures like this that can have treasures or bones inside. It's worth a stop by. You can use the bones to create better gear. Now we've got a few supplies, so I'm going to go ahead and create the club and the hammer. Both pretty important. And I usually like to organize my my tools and my weapons in a certain way. So this area looks interesting. We've got a shoreline here, a house, and it looks like there's a little farm area up there. So I think we're gonna see if we can take over some of this. I'll try to go up to the main area up here. You see the fences? Alright. For that, it's always a good idea to get deer when you can. And sneaking up on them might be the only way to get them early, a very early game. You've got to watch your stamina. While you're sneaking, your stamina goes down. If you wait for it to go back up, you can get up behind a deer and usually one-hit him. Well, that was a two-hit, but it worked. Deer won't attack back, so it's not too bad. So this is a little village. I'm going to check these houses real quick, see if they've got anything inside. Well, nothing here. Still a good enough spot for a first base. You can use it as a base of operations while you're trying to find a more permanent spot, which has a few more criteria than this one does. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, well, create the hammer if you haven't done that yet. Gather any supplies that you see around, and I am going to go ahead and start building in this little hut right here. So first thing, hit the hammer. Now on my hotbar it's number 4, so I hit 4. Whatever number it says next to it on yours is the one you'll use. So just put a workbench somewhere inside. Oh, I don't have enough wood. Alright, if that's the case, go ahead and chop some trees. You can either chop the small trees and get a small amount of wood, or you can go for these bigger ones. And you gotta watch out when you when you chop these ones down, because when they fall, they can damage you. And especially early game, they can kill you. They can kill you hard. So watch out when they're falling. Once they fall initially, you'll have to hit them a few times, and they'll split in half. With this first axe, it takes a while. Also watch out, because trees can cause other trees to fall and create a cascade effect and really get you in some trouble. So each half of the tree gives you 10 wood. And it looks like the other half of my tree is stuck up there somewhere. Yeah, you can barely see it in there, and now it's a widowmaker. So that can fall down when you're chopping the tree next to it. So just be careful. We have about 43 wood. Just gonna chop a little bit more and then build first base. We'll start by putting a workbench in here. This is kind of a small place, but it will work. So once you've built a workbench, you unlock a whole bunch of building recipes. We'll have to use those to fix up this house enough to spend the night. So going outside with the workbench inside and right clicking to the repair tool, and you can walk around the house and repair it, so that way it won't be too easy for, you know, rowdy neighbors to break in. So just click on each one of the pieces, and you can see on screen there's a little health meter. When you click it, it goes up. Alright, so now we're going to need a roof, or to finish the roof. So we'll right click with the hammer selected and go to the building. Select the roof that angle matches the house to kind of finish her off. and give yourself a safe place. What I like to do for fire for the my first base is destroy the back wall with the middle mouse button and create, with these half walls, a little square, and then take a roof piece angled like this, and you just try to get it to snap in there, angled like that. And we can destroy that and put that in there. Alright, now we'll go to miscellaneous and create a campfire in there. If you didn't gather enough stone, go ahead and gather it now. But this design right here should take the smoke and have it go outside, and it should stay there. If you build a fire inside the house, it will damage you. So as you can see, that looks pretty good. You'll have to destroy the bed on the inside of the house so you can create your own. Just use your axe or your club. Next thing we want to do just to get this base set up is to put a door on there. Once again, to keep out those rowdy neighbors. That's under building. Just select the smaller door, put that in, and then right click again, go to furniture. Oh, let's repair the floor first before we put any more stuff down. You know, make it look nice. Well, we can't get that last piece, but that's fine. So we put the bed there. Now, after we get rid of Hugin, we hit the E button to claim the bed. And that will make it our spawn point. So if we die, we'll respawn here. So make sure you keep your food intake up. And the last thing I usually like to do before I take a little Viking nap is to go over here, go to crafting with your hammer, and create one of these, what are they called? Cooking stations. Just put it over the fire. You can put multiple ones up, and I'm leaving space to do that over the same fire. When you want to cook, and we have a couple of meat that we got from the deer, just hit the E key and it'll automatically put things from your inventory onto the cooking spit, and it'll cook it up for you. Keep a close eye on it. If it cooks for too long, it will burn. So it'll make an audible noise, and there'll be some smoke when it happens. Oh, it finished up. Okay. Alright, so I grabbed my meat, and that'll be a much better food for us. And now we've got a nice little hut. It's always a good idea to sleep at night until you've geared yourself up. So just go ahead, come inside your house, and get rid of Hugin, and go ahead and take a nap. But before that, if you hit E on the workbench, oh, it doesn't work. Okay. I think I've got it too close to the wall, so I'll destroy it with the middle mouse button. And build a crafting station a little bit farther in. This is a very small house. Station is still too exposed. Alright, so I had to move it far enough away from the wall so it didn't clip through it at all. But once again, this is a pretty small base, and it's just for the first day. So if I hit the E key on the workbench, I can repair all of my gear for free. So hitting this button here, repair an item, just keep tapping it, it'll repair everything. and then you've survived your first day in Valheim. Go ahead and reward your Viking with a good night's sleep. So that's the first night, and the first things that I recommend doing inside of Valheim. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And oh, look, we ended up outside. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe for more. This is OldFarmerOne, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.